Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Wanted to discuss with you some of the investment trends that we saw for this week. So on Tuesday morning, we saw the Consumer Price Index report come out, and it came out higher than expectations. So this, along with slowing retail sales numbers, led to one of the worst trading days that we've seen so far in 2024. With this higher than expected inflation number, many investors are worried that the Federal Reserve may pause or delay their interest rate cuts. So many people are starting to predict that going from 6.4% inflation down to 3.4% inflation was a relatively easy task for the Federal Reserve, but it's going to be much harder getting that inflation rate from 3.4% down to 2%. So what this could mean is a little bit more of a delay in the interest rate cuts by the Federal Reserve. Also this week, what we saw was mortgage rates increased again. We also saw the 10-year Treasury rate go up to 4.3%. So what this means for investors. So in a declining or a dropping interest rate environment, companies are more likely to spend money and more likely to grow, which can lead to better returns for the stock market. Also, in a lower rate environment, more of the bond investors or people holding their money in CDs or money markets are a lot more likely to move that money into stocks if they feel that they can get a better risk-free rate of return. So what you may see in a falling interest rate environment is a lot of that cash that's on the sideline now pour back in the stocks to get a little more return on their money. Also this week, we did see some earnings reports that came out. One of the big winners on Friday was Coinbase. In the pre-market, their shares surged as much as 12%. So something to keep an eye on is this ongoing battle and kind of the tug of war with inflation and what will the Federal Reserve do. Unfortunately, so far this week, we saw a little bit of disappointing news that may lead to interest rate cuts later on in the year, or they could take that off the table altogether. So something to be aware of. Although good news is the Dow and the S&P were both up slightly on the week heading into Friday. We did see a small decrease of 0.53% drop in the NASDAQ so far this week. So stay tuned as we head into President's Day weekend. If you have any comments, any investment trends that you're seeing, feel free to leave a comment or shoot me a note.